This is a dark one for you. I know you're known for your stunt work and certainly your dramatic roles, but I feel like Gillespie may be a step farther than we've seen you before. Was there something about this character, or maybe working with Andrew Baird, the director, or even the writer Ronan Blaney's script? Was there something that
Yeah.
drew you to be a part of this film?
I think that there was the thing that drew me the most was the really uh powerful thriller elements around fear and being very interested around that the different levels of fear in each of the characters. And with D. Gillespie, like you see that um he was very I don't know, confident but fearful all at the same time.
Yes.
And he's dark and
Yes.
sad, but sweet, but not, but he had like a little of everything in there. And I think that fact that it shows, range was nice to be able to play that, but he was also dark and sad. And you're like, that's the one guy, like, I get why he has to, go, but also I kind of wish he'd learn, and I wish he's me, and I feel like he's more me kind of character, like not a good guy, not a bad guy, just kind of like figuring it out.
Were you familiar with Alex or even Guy Pearce's work before working with them on this film?
Oh yeah, I am a guy. I'm a Guy Pearce fan. Like, I mean, my gosh, not only is he okay, you got Memento, you got The Proposition, you got L.A. Confidential, you get so many The Count of Monte Cristo. Like, have you seen that movie? Okay, watch The Count of Monte Cristo. He's the friend who takes the girl and tries to he's so good at it, and he does like this face thing. He just looks at you and he's pointy. I don't know. There's something about his
I've been
point,
a
and I
fan
just
since
love everything.
Priscilla.
Yeah, and then he was in what? Mayor of Easttown, right? Was that what is it? Yeah. My gosh. So basically, I was just fanboying on it. That's okay. That's why I did. I was like, Guy Pearce film. Okay. Okay. I'm here. That's what I did. And I was watching him on set. I was totally like, oh yeah, look at him walk. I want to walk like that. Oh, look at him talk. I want to talk like that. Oh, look at him look. I want to look like that. That was me on set the whole time.
Did you get much of a chance to chat with him behind the scenes then to pick his brain about things or maybe the work he's
Yeah, yeah. He's a lovely person. That's another. So okay, great actor and a lovely person. Like, and I wouldn't say that if I didn't think so. I'd be like, oh, he was cool. That's if I say, yeah, he's all right. That's me saying, oh, I don't like him. But like if I say I like him, I actually do. He rides motorcycles. He's well traveled. We talked. He gave me his cell phone number to keep connected. So I feel like I'm on the inside. I'm cool now.
There's so much intensity to every single scene in this film. What was it like for you to sort of be at an adrenaline level of 10, like every single scene?
Yeah.
Was it draining for you or was it invigorating for
It,
you?
it was both because long days outside in the cold, no heat in Northern Ireland with beautiful people and beautiful scenery, but it was cold and we're not wearing heavy clothing. There's a lot to be said about that. Um, it's an intense project, like even one stunt where like I'm supposed to pull that young lady out of a bed, like I was like pulling her and they're like harder, and I'm like, I don't want to rip her kneecaps in half, you know what I mean? Like I was like, I'm doing it pretty hard already, I could do it harder if I was angry, but I'm also affecting a person, you know what I mean? So it was intense. And you know um the thing about, I think, especially like the bar scenes and things like that, it was intense partly because of Guy's performance. I mean, look, I think I'm a pretty good actor. You tell me. Okay. But I
Between
was
us, you're not so bad.
I thought like watching Guy, like I felt like I was watching a movie while I was filming a movie. Like he's so good. I don't know how you let me, I guess the right way to say it is he never broke character in a scene. No matter what happened, he was fully engaged. Like if his character was raging, he was raging. Where like I would be raging, but I don't want to hurt you. He was raging, and if you got, but somehow or another, no one got hurt. He was able to do that and also protect. Brilliant. I don't know. Like, okay, I'm clearly fanboying, but okay. Let's talk about me and the film.
That's
I'm like guy in the film. So yeah.
But this is such an incredible and intense role for you, as we said. And there are so many moments to moment where you don't know for sure where this is going to go. Was there any room for you to sort of add some input for your
Yeah.
character about where the dialogue may be going or things like that?
Yeah, yeah. Andrew, the director, Andrew Baird was a fantastic. He was such a great director because he let you play enough and then gave you direction. So we changed some of the dialogue, to work for the scenes. And it wasn't that the writing was bad. It's just like, let's say the writer envisioned being in this type of a location, and now we're in this other location because there just wasn't one, so it's a little bit of adjustment, things like that. But like part of the reason I'm fanboying is like Guy and I were like also discovering. It's like, oh, if I don't say this, then you'll have to say something else here. And I'm like, I gotcha. And we were like just tennis players, like just going back and forth. And then the director would come out and be like, yes, I love that. Okay, let's do more of that. And we'd adjust and play. And I was like, I'm one of the guys. I'm on the team, and like it felt great in that way. But Andrew was really pushing for, you know, you got to remember as a director, right? You have this vision that it's going to be what it's going to be like everything, and you're filming this and you're like, is this going to be slow? So should I slow down with the or faster? And he's like, just be you at the root of the character. And, that hopefully came across. And we figured it out in probably an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. So pretty powerful that he was able to pull that off. And frankly, I think Andrew did a fantastic job with not just the film, but the edit. And again, I've been on projects that were, okay, this one's really, really, I would say this one's artistic, right? Like it's an artful film.
Yes, my next question was going to be that the cinematography for this was just exceptional, especially since obviously there's great scenes from in Ireland and being in there as well. But the mist that comes up when you're tied to a tree or, like things like that, it's just exceptional. Was
Yeah.
there a scene maybe that you're watching back when you got to see the film yourself that you're like, oh my gosh, Andrew really made it either stunning or maybe heightened the intensity that you're really proud that you were in that particular scene?
Yeah, I'd have to think about that because I only got to see an early screener of it before. So, and I try to wait to watch it until it's like out with everyone else. So, and here's the reason why. I feel like if I watch it before and then people are asking me questions, I'm feigning interest. And I don't want to say dishonesty, but disingenuousness, if that's a word. And so, I mean, I do like the tree scene because the truck driving up and the rest of that. I think that I okay when if I'm giving away, like when Alex's character Fallon is choking me up against the cop car, especially, or even the scene where I'm at the house and I confront the family. Like that's an intense scene, and I'm dirty and nasty, and then being betrayed, and then upset, and then screaming, and all the rest of it. Like it just looks so beautiful. Where on the day I was like, a lot of it wasn't, and then you see Andrew's magic, how he put it together, like that was really fun. So but I like the choking scene, the first one. Right, but I was like, cut, and I'm like, was that good? Did I look like I was choking? And I was like, yeah, it was great, Kurt. And I'm like, yeah, are you sure? Because I could do it again. And they're like, I know you can do it again. Yeah, but like,
Yes, those are the intense moments I was certainly mentioning, and
yeah,
every single scene I think is just exceptional work from all of the actors involved. And we talked about the adrenaline being a help or a hindrance sort of in those scenes as well. How did you shake off a long day of being so intense all day?
you're just tired. I just said an Irish haunt. Oh, you're just tired. You're just tired all the time. That's how the way it is. So you're just tired. You go inside and you sleep.
Just the range of Kurt Yaeger.
Yeah, but no, like you're just tired. I mean, like it's an intense day. If you're living in the moment, yeah, it's just intense. Like yelling or crying or screaming, you still get your tear ducts going for real because they go. So you still have that stuffy like when you're in pain, right? Like from crying, you have that like, oh, my head hurts the next day. I'm not sad anymore, but now I'm like got the residual effects. You get that as an actor. So, and I don't know how Guy does it. I don't know. But there were a lot of great actors. Who was really fun to work with was William. I don't know how to say his last name, Gao or Go, Gaogoa. He's a musician. I don't know if you looked him up. Like he's got 1 million followers on Instagram and he's like super popular and he's the sweetest guy. And he's like 6'4". And you're like, and he was a lovely person to work with. So shout out to him. He was great. But it was just a great, great group of people. And I think that coming back to it the next day after running through that level of intensity, having good people that you get to come back to work with is how you get through it. If everyone was a jerk on set, I don't think you could get through it because now you're doing the intensity, and then when you cut, you got a bunch of people you don't want to be around, so you're getting like no support. Where in this case, you get a lot of support, so you can kind of shed that intensity. I'd like to say that the the camera crew was my huge support. So Ivan, Carl, and everybody else, like the second and the best boy, they were all great. Irish dudes, we were all just talking shit the whole time. Like it was just great.
What do you think it is about Sunrise? It's just going to make it such a fast favorite thriller. I think I've sort of gushed about it so far, but I think through and through, easily, in my opinion, it's that intensity and that mystery that you never know
Yeah.
from scene to scene where this is going to pan out.
Yeah. I think it's the combination of the thriller elements juxtaposed to the artistic visual elements that makes it like intense but pretty to watch still. You've watched films that are intense but hard to watch, right? It's like, oh, like this is like you can still watch, it's beautiful and interesting. And then you have that undertone of fear. Fear destroys everything. So I think that resonates with people. But the way it'll be really, really a fast favorite is a ton of people talking about it and telling everybody, and they're like, hey, this is a solid film, you should watch this. Hey, this is a solid film, you should watch this. And then by doing that, you're saying, I want to see more things by Andrew Baird. I want to see more projects by this team. I want to see more. That's you vote with your dollar. That's the best way. Don't watch something that you don't want to see more of. Like my dad always said, if you don't want to do something, don't be good at it.
That's very good advice.